Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are. I hope everybody's really doing well. We killed it, guys. Killed it. Especially, Show literally nailed the moves for market, especially alts. Solana 3R, People 3R, OP 3R, Floki 3R with almost close to 24% move. XRP, Bitcoin. I mean, People, Floki. I mean, I don't have any words. I mean, he literally killed it with longs and shorts. Even in 15 minutes, he killed it. Um, it was a very nice week overall for us. We killed it. I killed it for Bitcoin moves. Pump it up towards 64,000, basically. So now, what is next exactly, guys? For Bitcoin, a lot of you guys might be having some sort of FOMO building up slowly and gradually as Bitcoin is now flipped 59.5, have flipped 62.8 on the daily time frame. If you see here, we have successfully closed not only one daily closure, but we have closed three consecutive daily above 62.8, which is not a swing failure pattern. And even if you look at from the weekly perspective, that is a very good candle in my view. Even though we closed under August opens, that's fine. But overall, it is a very, very good candle actually. So to start. So practically speaking, ladies and gentlemen, I do think that, that Bitcoin is literally getting up for a massive upside. Probably that is going to be the bull case scenario for now. The bulls are looking strong, even though you might not be agreeing with the way USD dominance looks like. It is at a bigger support, as you can see here. USD dominance is literally at one of the biggest supports of 5.24%. This is one of the support levels that you really don't want, or you really want to see Bitcoin loses it because USD dominance loses it or goes under, because if you really want to see Bitcoin pumping to 78,000 and you want to see also pump like crazy, you really want that 5.24% on the USD dominance to lose, because if we don't lose it, then we might have slightly I would say a different perspective of how the USD dominance might just do actually, because sometimes we don't see things when the things are very much straightforward in front of you, but when you inverse the chart, you will feel that, hey, just look at how the USD dominance looks like over here. That's a very, very clean, I would say, irregular expanded flat and a wave 2 actually. So which is what I feel. If you just look at here, what I feel or what I can see here is a very clean ABC actually. You see, I mean, just inverse the chart and you will feel it that, hey, this is a perfect story, perfect story. So that's your 5 waves on the downside, wave A. Then you got irregular expanded wedge with 5s on an upside, wave B. And then you got a sharp move on the downside, wave C, with a huge volume. So practically speaking, there are two possibilities over here. First one is the head and shoulder possibilities for the USD dominance. And hence, the neckline is right now standing at 5.24%. So, ladies and gentlemen, if we really want to be bullish on the overall market, this is literally the do or die in my view for, for the do or die sort of scenarios for the bulls. So practically speaking, the head and shoulder would be like this. This is your shoulder, this is your head, and then you got, the break of structure like this, and a move on and upside with double top above, like this is like a double top for now. And then what we do is a dump like this. I mean, this is how normally the market does actually. This is how I have seen. I mean, so right now I'm trying to discuss both those scenarios, bear and bull case, which is there in front of our screen. Right now I'm discussing a bear case where you have a head and shoulder, a double top sort of thing, but the wave counts are not A, B, C. The wave count would be some sort of, wave 1. This was your wave 2, another wave 1, and this is just a, pump is like a wave 2 actually, which is like a trap. And and then we look more on the dump like this. But this is what the wave count that we had. This is like the bear case scenario for the USD dominance. Now if you just talk about the bull case scenario for the USD dominance, what you can say is, yeah, this wave count is perfectly valid. The ABC is very, very, very likelihood for the USD dominance as well over here. And this is not a head and shoulder, but this is like a trap actually. This head and shoulder is going to work like a trap for the for the bears, which means that the bears are going to think that this head and shoulder is valid, and they're just going to keep on shorting, building a huge liquidity on an upside. And what we can actually do is we just probably hold up here and just flip it, go like this. There's going to be like a very interesting diagonal over here. That's a diagonal, and then you're gonna see a little bit accumulation and choppiness again like this till September. And then after it flips up, you're gonna see a massive move on an upside. So I do think a lot of people who are saying right now that we are gonna miss it, I don't think you're gonna miss anything, because the big move for Bitcoin is not even yet started. The big move on altcoins is not even yet started. The big move on everything else is going to start, in my view, once we're likely going to see this wave 2, and that's exactly where we're going to build the big swings actually. And even if the last scalp that or long I have given for the Bitcoin, in my view, I'm going to take it like a swing, and even we're going to build 2x coin margins at 62.8, 62.5, because I do think even though in that scenario, we're going to see that 5 waves, one more push on the upside for USD dominance testing, 5.02%. So that's what I think, the USD dominance is likely going to do. I mean, this is like the bull case scenario, and the bear case scenario I already showed you, ladies and gentlemen. Now just going to inverse the chart. So yes, that's how the inverse chart looks like, and same thing goes for the Bitcoin. So if you really think that Bitcoin is if you just really think for a once or for like few minutes, just close your eyes and think about it. What, according to the market, if you were the market makers, if you were having, let's say, 5,000 Bitcoins, how would you trade it? I mean, how are you going to make money out of it? So how would you create a liquidity? Which liquidities you're going to target? How would you just multiply your 5,000 Bitcoins? I mean, how would you do that? Just close your eyes. Think. Just don't give much of thought. Just think like, if you have 5,000, you are greedy. You want to make money. You want to kill the market, the retailers. You want to just probably, just think like, a criminal. Actually, that's what I would say. Think like it. Don't act like it. Okay. There is a huge difference. Think like it. So if you just look at that way, if you look at just think as a market maker, what I would do. I mean, I just want to, just the thought process that comes into my mind. If I would be a market maker, even though I am not, because I don't have 5,000 BTC. But what I would do is, the move that I've got and the flip that we have received, what I would do is, I would simply, make everyone believe that we have flipped, and now we are going to new all-time highs. Okay? So naturally, the FOMO is going to kick in. Naturally, it's very, very natural. I'm just going to eliminate the 702 Fibonacci levels. Perfect. Anyone, I'm going to eliminate the 786 for now. So naturally, what I'm going to do is, I am simply going to form, if I would be the market maker, we have flipped it. So practically speaking, a small move down like this, a retest would happen, and then we run it up towards the highs like this. Make everyone believe that, hey, the BTC is not going to stop. It's not going to stop. We are going to new all-time highs. Maybe just going to retest 67 as well. Or maybe 161, I'm not sure. What happens is, we come back down, retest again, do something like this. Make everyone believe that now 62.8 is the strong support. It's not going to lose now. And then what we do is, we come back down with ABC like this. Not necessarily we should sweep it, but maybe like some sort of a double bottom, or maybe something like this. Just liquidity. Maybe it would be nice if we can have one more down like this, but not necessary. And then when everyone thinks that, hey, this was like a fake out, the bears are going to celebrate everywhere. They would be like, we literally caught the short, and I'm out of the market. This was like a fake out, blah blah blah. And what happens? We get a very interesting a three drive formation over here, like this, and we wreck them. We literally wreck them. Not necessarily we should be sweeping this, but this is going to be taken care of later point of time. And then we just run it up towards $78,000. I mean, just imagine what's going to happen here as a market maker if you're having this much BTC. So you literally created a huge liquidity on upside by making people FOMO. Just make people wait for the $62,000 because they want to retest these levels. They want this level so badly. That is the monthly flip. 61.3 is your monthly flip. So people just want to wait for that level to be tested, but it's not going to come. We're just going to, make them, crave for that dip. We don't give them. We run it up to $67,000. What's gonna happen? The FOMO is gonna kick in. That hey, we are just gonna go break the 69.1, and we're just gonna run it back to 77,000. The FOMO is gonna kick in, and what's gonna happen is that it's gonna create a huge liquidity in the market, and I'm just simply gonna sell my, BTC, and then what's gonna happen is there is no buyer left actually, because I am the market maker. The retailers are trapped. And then what's going to happen? The market is slowly and gradually bleed. And this is how it's going to bleed. And once it goes under the monthly levels of 61.3, everything turns slowly and gradually. Bulls turns bears. And that's where the retailers are going to start shooting the bed. They're going to start closing. They're going to start selling. And that's where I would come in. I would probably just start buying anywhere close to $57.5 to $56,000. Slowly accumulate every damn thing. And once I've accumulated everything, we're just going to reverse. It's a very natural process because everybody have sold there. Now there are no more sellers, and it's just there are, will be a lot of buyers in future. So that's how normally the market works actually. So this is like the bull case scenario for Bitcoin. I mean, I already discussed previously as well. There are three possibilities I've already discussed about it. And all the scenarios are very well valid. Ultra bull case scenario, as I mentioned, we go towards, $64,870, retest the red line, which is very, very close to those levels of 62.9, 62.7, and just keep on continuing on up. So that's an ultra bull case scenario. That's not like a diagonal, but this diagonal is something you should keep in mind. I'm just going to monitor it just in case if we do something like this. For now, the volume is not supporting the diagonal because if you see here, there's a huge breakout. Normally, in a diagonal, if you really want the diagonal, you want to see a diagonal like this. You want to see the volume like this. You see, this is a huge volume, lower highs and lower highs. This is how you want to see the volume. Volume goes down, price goes up. That's where you see a diagonal. So hence, the volume is clearly not supporting the diagonal, but that option is still on the table actually. And hence, I'm just going to play is at like swing. So the 62.8, 62.7 long that I'm going to play as a swing. The bull case LTF is, as I mentioned, we're just going to make new one more highs, trap everyone, and go down as I discussed right now as well. The scenario, this perfectly fit as well as the bull case lower some time frame. This is so valid as well. This scenario is going to invalid once we start flipping, 64.9K. This is going to literally get out of the question. If you got 64.9, because 64.9 is a fib based levels where you really don't want to see that extension for wave B. Normally wave B don't go above 1618. I would say not even go beyond 1414. So practically speaking, you really don't want to see we going beyond 64.9 as a flip. Yeah, it can retest 65.5, but no, I don't want to see we going up, we flipping 64.9 on the daily. If that happens, this scenario is going to invalidate. This is like a diagonal that we discussed, and the bear case like a double top, and that double top is still I'm monitoring, I'm watching it. Where exactly is the double top? Because there is no rejection, there is no swing failure pattern, there is no sort of a weekly bad closing, nothing. I mean, there is no weakness for now at this moment in the market. So it is to seen right now. 62.8 is our end game, for more upside. So that's what we want to stick with it. This is the plan. I mean, on the over the weekend, I did not update anything because the plan are still same. There is practically no change in the plan. And this is exactly what we need to play. We need to stick to our plan. I'm sticking to my 62.8 to 62.5. Not necessarily 62.5, but 62.8 to 62.7 is very likely to be tested, very, very, very high likely. And after that, I'm expecting it to retest either 67 and dump, or just keep on continuing towards $74,000. So that's what, and that's the reason I'm playing the swing, because I actually at this point, I'm not sure whether it's going to give that dump towards 56,000, because that dump to 56,000 can only and only happen once we start losing 61.343. That's the only way. That's the only way. So that's what, as I mentioned, Bitcoin chart versus the USA dominance chart. That's your bear case scenario for the USA dominance. That's the bull case scenario as well. I already mentioned previously as well the bull case scenario. Both are very, very valid. And even the harmonic also suggests that, one more downside, the green box is very, very pending. So practically speaking, I'm assuming that you already got the top for the USA dominance. So yeah, this is your top for now, like very close to the golden pocket zone. Not exactly the golden pocket zone, but very, very close. So now it makes sense for us to look for 886 to 819, maybe even the sweep of the lows, whatever it gives us. So this is very, very, very likelihood, ladies and gentlemen, of which I think my minimum target for the USA dominance would be 4.16%. And for that to happen, you really want 5.24% to lose. Other than that, I think others crypto market cap, guys, nobody talks about others. Others, for those who really don't know others dominance, this is the other crypto market cap. This includes all alts except, this includes the total alt caps, or I would say all the coins of the I would say of the crypto, excluding Bitcoin, Ethereum, and top 10 coins, top 10 altcoins that you can see on CoinGecko or maybe CoinMarketCap. Practically speaking, that's like a bullish wolf wave breaking out. What you really want to see is we are now testing literally right now testing the trend line over here. That's your trend line. I would say that's the perfect trend line. Let me just show you. Yeah. We are rejecting from the trend line right now, as you can see. So what I expect is either this can be ABC, guys, and or this can be bullish wolf waves and 5 waves, meaning that from here you really want to see that the price is holding these levels, $200 billion. You don't want the price to lose $200 billion, because if we lose, then this whole thing becomes so bearish, and it can literally do something like this. Let push up, down, push up, down, and go for the double bottom. And then we can continue on upside like this. But then we can just probably do something like this. And hence, you really want the price to hold 200 billion. 200 billion, give one more push on an upside towards 244, 245 billion. And then further dump like this for the wave 2. As I mentioned, even for Bitcoin, wave 2 is going to happen. It's just that wave 2 can be shallow wave 2. It can be, because remember, wave 5, the bigger wave 5, which we are talking about. Now, what do you mean by bigger wave 5? The bigger wave 5 that we are talking about is here. You see, if this is 5 waves, this is wave 1, this is wave 2, that was your wave 3, new all-time highs with the good volume. If this is wave 4, and that's going to be your wave 5. Remember, your wave 5 is like the mad bulls. The wave 5 is going to be very quick in time. It's going to happen so quickly without any proper pullbacks. It's just going to keep on. The bulls are going to madly punish bears, actually, and what's going to happen is once we finish this is wave 5 sort of thing, what's going to happen is everything is going to fall down very, very hard and very quickly, because it just keeps on pumping without creating any liquidity in the market. As you can see over here as well on the lower term time frame, we got a choppy move on the downside for the wave 3 lower term time frame. Then you got a wave B upside without any sort of a liquidity or any support made over here. And what happened? The whole move was dumped. So remember, in case if something like this happens, what happens is we just keeps on pumping like this, and that is going to do something like this. It's gonna be like a bloodbath in the market. So once we get this move on an upside, I am literally going to get out of the market. I'm going to be in 100% USD right now. Also, I am not in 100% USD. I'm having few alts that are underwater, but not much, not less than 3%. So I'm happy overall, and I'm gonna fill my BTC bags at the, as I mentioned, 62.8, 62.5 is what I see, and I think a good levels for to buy again for swings. So that's what the this wave 5 is. The wave 5 is going to be very, very quick in time. It's not gonna give you the retracement. Everybody's gonna expect the retracement to $53,000, $52,000. No, I don't think it's gonna give you. It's gonna give you the very shallow retracement. Push up, a shallow retracement, 58, 57, and run up 75, 76,000 new all-time highs, reject, and another one more up, 83, 84,000, and booyah, double top and dump. So this is how, in my view, I see the market to do. And whether this is going to support our analysis from the RSI perspective, I would say no. It don't support actually. Because if you look at the RSI on the weekly time frame, guys, RSI is just testing the bearish, RSI based MA. I mean, if you remember, even the last stream, we discussed this whole thing on the weekly time frame. So just look at it once more time. You look at here, the RSI is now, I would say, retested the RSI base MA. So we are still under a heavy resistance, guys. The move is lacking a strength from RSI perspective. The momentum it needs is still a little bit lacking, actually. That's what the RSI tells you. And one more thing, it hints you that, hey, there is a likelihood that this might be a massive, massive head and shoulder on RSI. A massive head and shoulder. And what do you want? The price to make new all-time highs, RSI to make lower highs, and we dump. That would be the classic scenario if given. So let's see. I mean, I just don't want RSI to dump from here. I want to literally hold here. Just hold up a little bit. Chop, chop, chop. Breakout happens in September after giving the dip. October just goes nuts, where everything goes new all-time highs. We do something like this. We make a bear divergence, and what happens is, boom, we do something like this. November, December, wrecked. Especially December is going to be wrecked. I mean, if this plays out, actually. So, weekly RSI is still not bullish. It's still under, it's still bearish, actually, I would say. So, yep. But overall, from the price action perspective, as I mentioned, wave 2 will come, guys. So do not long alts at this point. If you're out of the game, stay out. Wait for the alts. Alt dip will come. The wave 2 will come. So for example, Ethereum. The plan for Ethereum has so far played so nicely. I took some scalps personally on Ethereum from 2640. I mentioned over here as well last week that we will continue on an upside. We're going to make swing filler pattern. And Ethereum literally did the swing filler pattern. Just look at the daily time frame. Look at it. Look at here. So Ethereum did a swing filler pattern consecutively 2 times, three days a row actually. So Ethereum is not giving me the bull vibes actually, which means that for now Ethereum is not giving me the bull vibes, which is quite not good in my view. But what Ethereum should be doing. We have equal lows as well. So I think the 5 waves are in. So I think Ethereum is going to retest this, something like this. And it's going to probably continue further downside to sweep the lows and go towards 2,451 and maybe even dumping towards 2,332. So Ethereum is not giving me bullish vibes, my friends. I mean, I really want to be so bullish on Ethereum. Every bull scenarios that we have for Bitcoin, I really want to be so bullish on Bitcoin. The only problem right now is I don't have a clarity on Ethereum. Basically, I really don't see any bullish scenario for Ethereum. I don't have it. That's the problem. And I don't see it. I mean, just look at from the price action perspective. You have 3 waves on an upside, and then you have 3 waves on the downside. You have another 3 waves on an upside. What do you see over here? I mean, there is no clear sign for Ethereum bullishness. I mean, these signs are really not a good thing for Ethereum, honestly speaking. So practically, if you really ask me, very much confusing thing we have, that you really want to say Bitcoin bullish, yes, it dominance bearish, but hey, you also seeing that Ethereum is bearish. So what do you make of this live stream? Well, my friends, 3 things to remember over here as a trader. First, Bitcoin 62.8 is the do or die levels. If you really want Bitcoin to keep the momentum upside, 62.8 is what it needs to hold, and it just needs to keep on continuing upside. Second, USD dominance needs 5.24% break. Once it gives that break on the downside, khalas, everything will fall in place, everything will pump along with Bitcoin. Some will pump less, some will pump more, but everything will pump all together. And the third and most important thing, guys, do not marry any position. Don't have your biasness kills you. Meaning, my biasness right now is bullish. Why? Because Bitcoin has flipped 62.8, has flipped 59.5 on the daily I wanted, have flipped 61.3 on the 3 consecutive daily close above, weekly close above. So every indication is bullish. Only bearish indication is RSI based MA on the weekly time frame. That's it. That's the only bearish indication that I have. The second indication bearish is that Ethereum is not giving me any bullish vibes actually. I don't have any wave count that tells me that Ethereum is very bullish and it's just gonna keep on continuing towards $4,000. I don't have that for now. I need a little bit more. I need a little bit more data. So how would I see Ethereum keep on continuing on an upside? How is it possible? Yes, it is possible only and only when, if this ABC was your wave 1, and if we form a very interesting diagonal actually, only then I can say that there is a likelihood of Ethereum being very bullish. So how would the diagonal be formed? So the diagonal would form something like this. Let me show you. There is a bullish hope for Ethereum, but Ethereum need to play accordingly. I mean, it just can't cheat us actually, or it should not cheat us, because the volume is, you see, every move on an upside, the volume is going down, right? Which is, the theory is supporting that there is a diagonal possibility is always high. So what Ethereum might do is over here, because diagonal formation is 3 waves, 3 3 3. Okay, that's how the diagonal formation is. So we have a slight move on the downside to the support like 2680 or something. A run up like this for wave B, a retest of 2635, and then again go for ABC scenario along with Bitcoin to retest 2877, and then wave A, B, C like this, and then that's how it should do. Then this is going to be the bull case scenario for Ethereum if it does. So if this is the only bull case that comes into my mind, I really don't have any other bull case scenario for Ethereum. And everything to be bull for Ethereum, it needs to hold. It needs to hold daily above 2,554. That's the end game for Ethereum. You really don't want to see Ethereum losing that levels, this support on the daily time frame. You really don't want to see we are losing it, because previously as well, if you see here, this was a good support at 2,585, but that was a good daily buy candle formation, and then after that we got a very interesting sell volume over here, and that sell volume accumulated here, forming a bearish engulfing candle with this here. And if you see the wick, that wick's exactly the bearish retest of an engulfing candle. It just formed around 2,556. So I'm just considering the engulfing candle retest, the bearish retest, as like a strong sign of a rejection of a level. So if that level is flip, yes, or hold, yes, we are bullish. So if you really want to see Ethereum to do something like this, or to be very bullish, that would be the first scenario. FET guys now have FET is so damn bullish now. It has turned all the tables. If you remember, I mentioned on weekend that I want a green box. It just makes my green box around 1.14. It just went down a dip towards 1.173 and kept on continuing on an upside. For now, it has broke a biggest downtrend. As you can see, that's the break of a trend. So practically speaking, what I'm watching right now for for FET is that there is a wave 1, there is a wave 2, and we are right now in the wave 3 normally. There will be a wave 4. The wave 4 will happen, and then you're going to see the wave 5. And after the wave 5, you will see A, B, C. And the retest of this green box will happen, and then we will continue on an upside towards $2 and maybe even more. So practically speaking, I want to literally buy the dip around $1 to 1.06. That's what I really want to buy FET. But that is forming a very good, very good, I would say, price action, very good wave counts, very good sort of. Because even look at the volume, huge buy volumes coming in. This is not a fake out actually. This is literally, because if you really want to see a fake out, there should have been only one candle with a huge buy volume, and after that, every pump the volume should be low. Every pump the volume should be low. That would be a fake out, but this is not a fake out. It's very strong. So let's also how the USD dominance looks like. Honestly speaking, it is a big support, my friend. I showed my views on USD dominance, brother Ajay, and we have two scenarios: bull and bear case. So I do think at this point USD dominance is having a bear case. My preferred scenario, my biasness is bearish on USD dominance. Why? Because BTC has flipped 62.8, and I do want to be bullish on Bitcoin at this point. So yeah, because I'm buying BTC, that's why. But yeah, looking to the structure wise, yeah, for now it's looking bearish to me actually. Looking to the C pool, let's see. C-Pool is one of my alt that I bought it and we sold as well. But for now, what I feel is, there is a strong trend line and a resistance. So what C-Pool might do here is, because the move down is in three waves, so the next move should be the golden pocket zone. Or very much close to the golden pocket zone, like here. So what it might do is, and then we break out. So you see, I mean, you need to see the structure. I mean, even if it is A, B, C, C is always 5 waves, which I don't see, because if you look at here, there is no 5 waves in C. If let's say this is wave A, this is wave B, then C is always 5 waves. Where is the 5 waves? There is no 5 waves. This is just 1, 2, and 3. There is only 3 waves. And hence, the diagonal makes more and more interesting scenario for me. So for C pool, even if we pump it here, I'm expecting it to just go down, one more down, just take the lows, not necessarily to go down like this, not necessarily. We can just probably go towards 1.272, maybe 1.13. And after that, I am expecting C pool to go more and more upside. A minimum of 28 cents is what I would like to see for C pool. Solana, guys, is at the biggest resistance. I mentioned last stream as well, that it might just probably form one of the biggest M pattern. And that M pattern formation is there over here. It's M, A, B, C over here, M, and then like this M pattern, and then we run up. Whatever happens, Solana is going to pump to $200 minimum. That's that's my target actually. Yeah, this is Bybit chart. Gate.io. Okay, let's check on Gate. Normally I don't trade on Gate.io, but if it is having data, yeah, I mean the chart looks very similar. I mean, if just look at from the perspective of the price action actually. So if you just look at here, it's same. There is no changes. See? There is no change at all. So that's gonna be like your wave 1, 2, 3, and we are in the wave 4. Slide up towards 15 to 17 cents. A, B, C. Wave 5 and break out and go. So yeah, I mean, after I bought it over here at the red line as well as here, it just pumped up almost close to 118%, and we booked profits. But I was expecting a little bit more actually AI to do, but 1x 110% is still fine for me. I was expecting a little bit more actually, but yeah, this is how I feel Seapool is gonna do. That looks awesome to me actually. If you just look at from the logarithmic perspective, the logarithmic chart also tells the same thing actually. See, it's saying the same thing, a very similar thing, and it's bullish. The logarithmic chart tells us that, hey, Seapool just revived. That was your lows actually, and we had a 5 waves on an upside, and this is like A, B, C over here. We are in the wave 2 right now, and then we're gonna continue on upside. But practically speaking, it need to retest the support, and the biggest support, as you can see from this chart, in my view, would be around 786 Fibonacci levels, and that 786 Fibonacci levels is currently sitting at because normally wave 2 normally go there actually, always I would say 90% of the time it goes, which is around 0.03158. You can write this somewhere else, but 0.03158, that is the levels. If it gives you, you should literally buy it, because that can easily give you 5 to 10x actually, maybe even more, 50x. It can even give you 50x as well. So yeah, I mean, the structure still tells me that one more downside is very, very likely for Seapool. However, if it flips the previous resistance, which is around 20 cents, if you can flip that level on the daily, then you can say that it's just simply going to pump it up towards. But for now, the structure is bearish. Let's check Ton chart. Let's check it on Bybit or maybe Binance. That's a very new coin. I've seen this. I've seen this structure somewhere actually. Fairly very new coin actually. Well, this is not looking good from the harmonic perspective. As you can see, a wonderful shark is there over here with the 5 waves on an upside. It can push up one more time to 1618. Like here, 8.5 or 8.9 or something. But if you just look at from the wavecon perspective, where is the channel? So if you look at the channel, so that is your wave 1, that's your wave 2, that's your wave 3, oh shit, wave 4 and wave 5. So meaning that very likelihood that this has topped out actually, very likelihood. because look at the volume over here. The sale volume is amazing. Look at here, I mean, how much feasible this volume is, how much truth is there in this volume, I'm not sure, but just look at this chart. I mean, we can slightly legitimize it by having it here. Yeah. 1 2 1 2 3 4 5. Yeah, this can be if it can hold above this support that we are having it, like here. So if we can hold here, there is an opportunity that we might see one more upside. Possibilities there, as I mentioned. But I won't take that risk on this coin actually, because there is a very good head and shoulder formation happened, as you can see. So if it loses this 4.83, if it just loses 4.84, this level, khalas. The top is in, and we're going to do something like this. It's going to have a bearish retest. The bearish retest can slightly go up like this to 5.6, and then further down to the support. The support is right now at 2.55. This is your mega support, big support. And the bull case is if we are holding the 4.84, then this is like a wave 1. This is your wave 2 over here. Go for the wave 3, wrecked every shorters, I mean. Wave 5, go up here to maybe somewhere around, as I mentioned, 8.5 to 8.9, extend it to 10.7, and then we can dump again actually. So that's the bull and bear case. So if you really want to play the spot backs, if you really want to play the spots, I would say that 4.838 is the ultimate game actually. So if 4.838 is lost, you should sell it immediately. So that's where it can give you the good risk reward in my view. But if not, even if it goes under 4.838, you just simply have to sell it. Don't wait for even come back to retest. Accept the loss and just get the fuck out. That's how you should play. Let's check token. Very interesting things are developing in the world, guys. I mean, I don't know how many of you guys are keeping tab on things, but yesterday Hezbollah attacked Lebanon. But I don't understand. I mean, it's a very funny thing actually, that I don't support anyone, honestly speaking. I am against the violence, and I'm against war actually. But it's very funny actually, very, very, very funny. That the West, okay, so they have so much importance for human rights. They give importance to human rights. They are like the leaders. They are like the top guns of the human rights, correct? I fail to understand sometimes Israel, just to eliminate Hamas or to kill Hamas, and in that process they almost killed more than, officially they killed 40,000 innocent children's, women's, and everyone, just in the process to kill Hamas, because Hamas, so forget about it, but they killed it. They deliberately targeted the civilians areas and everything else. Have you ever heard a single news where Hezbollah targeted deliberately or killed any innocent civilians? Just because I watch this news. Why? Because I watch this news from the perspective of gold actually, because and oil prices. So that's my main intention actually. So how and at what point of time I need to just rush and be 100% out of the market when this sort of things breaks out, or at what point of time I should have lot of liquidity, hard cash at my home or at my safe haven places where I can have easy access to it in such times. So I keep tab on all these things actually. That's very critical for me actually. These things are very critical. The geopolitics is very, very critical for me, and it should be critical for everyone actually. It's not a big deal. But I don't know. I feel sometimes. Even I was seeing a war on Russia, Ukraine. Russia never deliberately targets the civilians. Yeah, of course, in the process, they might have killed. I mean, yesterday I heard news that they were having some missiles to Kiev. Of course, none of the missiles hit because Kiev has a defense. But still, I think two or three civilians died in some region. I don't know. But it's like, they don't deliberately target the civilians. They are the war should happen between men to men. The boxing in a ring, there is only men versus men, or either a woman versus, maybe now it's something else, but women versus women normally. It's like if you're fighting a war, the war should be between a soldier versus soldier. That's how you fight a war. I mean, that have to be fair actually. I don't know. Still, they say that Israel is Israel army basically, not Israel, the whole country. I mean, see, I mean, you should not judge, you know, a people or the whole country basically, or a community just based on few people mistakes or and or I would say something like that. No, you should not judge it. There are good people in Israel as well. Everywhere there is goodness. It's just that we need to watch it. Your eyes should be able to see it, you know. So basically, there's goodness everywhere. The goodness is there in Lebanon. The goodness is there in the Middle East. Everywhere. What I fail to understand is why US and are unable to make a any proper thing. I mean, I don't know. I mean, what the hell is happening right now? But clearly, what I can see is that um, forget about what others are doing. Just make or bring a change in yourself, guys. You are the person who can change or bring good in your community, in your family. You are going to grow a wonderful child. That child is going to, meet other child, and that's how the goodness is going to grow, and that's how the goodness is going to spread. So practically, we, not only you, including myself, so we all have to, have that goodness in our heart, that there should not be any hatred. One thing is for sure, which I can give you in writing over here if you want, that uh, the end of the world is going to happen. That is going to happen. You will die. I will die. Everybody is going to die. That is for sure. It's going to happen. And you cannot change it. The only question over here is how good your profit and loss statement will be when you die, or after you die. How good your PNL is. If you remember a few days back when I took a live stream, I mentioned that every person on every second, every minute of his life, his profit and loss statement is being made by God or Allah, whosoever you believe in, is made. Even if you're a non-believer, trust me, it is made. For every good thing you do, you will get a good reward. But for every bad thing you do, every bad thing you do, and you also going to get, some sort of a, speed breakers in your life, health crisis, any major issues with with your spouses, and with your children. You will not find peace, happiness, blah blah thing. But everything happens with a reason. If something bad is happening to you, which means that you are being punished for your losses, which means your expenses are much bigger than your income. Your income is in profit and loss statement. If a lot of you are either a businessman, either the person who are doing jobs from IT or from various other sectors, from IT or whatever, but everybody understands one thing: income and expenses. So your income in the profit and loss statement, the higher the income versus your expense, that is going to be your profits. If your expenses are higher than income, which means that it would be losses, correct? This is the exact logic we are applying with the deeds actually. So you need to earn more and more income rather than you need to do less expenses so that you can make good amount of profits by end of your life actually. That's what the purpose you should have. That's exactly the purpose you should have in your life. So let's talk about the token, guys. Yeah, token is a really good coin actually, but right now it is a support over here. So that's your support, and we are now flipping the support. We have flipped the support on the daily, and I do think it's having a 5-wave structure for now, and it's also having an engulfing candle. It's a very good bullish engulfing candle, as you can see on the weekly time frame, which means that whenever we have an engulfing candle, what normally happens is the price go for a retest. So the retest is going to happen somewhere around 49 cents to 48 cents, and I want to see it hold 46 cents over here. And what I would like to see is something like this for token. Now, not necessarily, guys, it should make new all-time highs or maybe new highs, but definitely I think token is looking so good because of an engulfing candle. So I'm expecting a minimum push on token for at least the golden pocket zone, which is around 11.8 cents. Anything above 11.8, and we can just even go for new all-time highs to 36 cents as well. But token is looking good with an engulfing candle actually. It's looking very good. Look at the RSI. The RSI is still under 50, which is okay. I mean, it's still not, went bullish for now. But if you look at from the daily perspective, so daily RSI, don't have any, bear divergence or something. It simply did, A, B, and now we are doing wave C. So it's going to do something like this. And it's just going to do reject, chop, chop, chop. And once it flips, you can see it pump it up. So you have lot of time for token to accumulate. I would say don't rush into anything. If you really want to buy in September. It's going to give you the best opportunity in my view. And if you really want to look for from the FIBS perspective, I think token, yeah, I think these is a good levels. 5 to this support, basically. This support and 0.618, 0.04823. These are the two levels, very good for token actually. Losing 4220, you simply close it. That would be bearish. For 786 Fibonacci level should not be lost. So practically, I think for now the heart and time frame looks so good on token. Actually, bullish engulfing candle, flipped the support, holding it nicely. The only problem is the momentum is bearish. The daily momentum is slightly weakened and have gone under 50. But it's fine. I mean, ABC formation happens normally and it goes under 50 for a trap. It's the more it traps people, the more it traps bear, it creates huge liquidity on an upside basically. Yeah, owner of Throne is arrested. I think it was a deliberate move. I think his girlfriend was CIA actually. I don't know, but there was a thing that she posted every move that he did. I mean, it was like that she's just giving a message that what we are doing right now, how are we traveling via chopper, which chopper are we using, which company are we using, where are we going to lend, every everywhere it was posted by his girlfriend. And as soon as he landed in Paris, he was jailed actually. He was arrested, I would say. But still, I mean, I don't know. I mean, I think he will not. There will be deal between probably Italy and Russia, because France and Russia, because still Macron is very having good relation with Putin. So practically, I think even if they find him guilty, Russia will find a solution to get him out, unless I mean I don't know, but they will get him a deal actually. So tone should not be broke actually. I mean it should hold some levels. Let's talk about the Algorand. Algorand. Let's check Algo. Everyone is talking about September on CZ. So is this the signal September dip is not coming? So everyone is talking good about it, or everyone is talking bad about it? I mean, what exactly everyone is talking? If you can just probably help us or help me know, so that we can plan things accordingly. Actually, because honestly speaking, September. If you see here, the two important dates is 17th September we have lunar eclipse partial, and 2nd of October we have solar eclipse annual. So practically between these two dates, there will be a bottom, and the price is going to start moving on an upside direction normally. And October is going to be really, really good in my view after 2nd of October. After eclipse, normally the majority of the 90% of the times that we have pumped. So I really don't see any reason that why this time we won't pump actually. So practically speaking, I think if everything goes well, and if that 5 waves plays out, what we should be doing is we should be just probably chop till September begins, and then we give that dip to 59 for maybe 49 $58,000, and we just chop in between like this, making higher highs. And as soon as the eclipse comes in, we just boom, just shoot up. So normally this is how the process should be, but you never know. I mean, this can be a very, very reversal moment as well, which means that in case if we just keeps on pumping like this before 17th September, we just make new all-time highs, then this is going to be a very big problem actually, because normally after that you will see that the price is going to do something like this. It's just going to reverse, and it's just going to dump to the new lows actually. So you really don't want to pump before 17th September, because if we do, then there will be a big dump is going to happen. The price is going to literally reverse in October actually, which normally I've not seen reversing. October is like an upwards uptrend actually, I think many people just watches my stream, or maybe because now it's like everybody screams that September is going to get a good opportunity. Honestly speaking, there has to be some data why you should want it. I mean, I don't speak anything just because any month is good or bad. I speak it because we have the sort of price action developing right now. So if that price action goes a little bit slower, because it's 26th of August, and in 5 days we will have closure, monthly closure. So if we are getting that big I would say move, or like a monthly candle with a doji, definitely the doji normally retests 76, not 76, then golden pockets on minimum. If you look at here on the Bitcoin chart, look at the monthly time frame for, and if this is the doji that we are talking about, then just look at how the doji normally plays out. Historically speaking, every doji that we had, this was the doji. Every doji 786 was retested, and then we shoot up. Even this was exactly not a kind of a doji, but if this was the doji, we retested almost golden pocket zone, not exactly the 786, and then we went up. This was the sort of doji that we had. We retested almost close to 786 over here, and then we went down. So every time we have a doji, we normally retest 786 or golden pocket zone at least before a reversal. I mean, look at here. It's a very good example. You have a good doji over here. You have a doji. The next month, what you get is you get a retest of 786, 886 in some worst cases, and then we went down. But you get a retest. That's what I want to tell you. You get a retest. You see, this was the doji, and we get a retest of 786, and then we push up like this again. So that was a very good move from this to 786 for almost close to 49 to 50% gains on Bitcoin. Similarly, you also got an engulfing candle plus doji over here. You got an engulfing candle plus doji, then it becomes a very rare situation where you don't get any sort of a reversal. It just keeps on hunting on an upside. But over here at this point, we don't see any engulfing candle. We don't see anything yet. So practically speaking, whatever I see so far, I think the monthly closure suggests that yes, even if we close above the August opens of 65k. Even if we close like that, I do think that we're going to retest at least $57,000 for the wave 2 before we start running back up for the new all-time highs. If not, then we are going to dump bad on everyone. So September can be literally like Rectember, and that's gonna give you that bullish vibes. How? So we just probably do something like this. We go to the biggest support that we have around 41,000 or 2023 highs, just a deviation, flip it up, and then we can run it back up to $70,000 like this. That's gonna be your dead cat bounce, and then further down. So that's how the market can literally change or shift from more bullish to more bearish, or I would say literally the bear market beginning actually. So that's what. Let's talk about Algorand over here. Algorand is right now in the still, I would say, in the weekly. It's in the weekly order block, and we have failed to flip it for now. So just need to see whether it's gonna flip it or not. So you just have to wait for one more week to just wait and watch whether it's gonna flip. I would not suggest buying any algo at this point, honestly speaking, because it has not flipped the levels. It has not flipped. But from the price action perspective, if you really ask me from the FIBS perspective or a PA perspective, I think algo is looking good actually, because it is having a very clear, I would say price action. It has retested a perfect 886 Fibonacci levels, which is like a deeper pullback for any alt that you look like. It's a deeper pullback for 886 Fibonacci levels, very deeper pullback. Also, it is having a, some sort of a very good, I would say chalk. And then you got A, you got a move B, and then it can be wave C 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So if this is a wave 1, maybe slide look up here, and then there will be a wave 2 actually. So you really want to see that we are holding these levels, practically 10 cents. You don't want to lose 10 cents actually on algo. And once it flips up here, once it flips above this green box, which in my view, what exactly is the levels here? So practically speaking, once we flip 14.7 on the weekly time frame, algo is looking good. Once it flips up here, it's gonna run up and retest the 28, 29 cents. But till it don't flip, we are still bearish. So I would say if you really want to buy either above 14.7 flip, or buy around the red line, which is 10 cents, with an invalidation under 0.0964. So that is going to be a hard invalidation. You just like, even if it goes slightly under this, you exit. That's it. You don't wait for it to do anything. Exit, simple. So that's what and how the algo should be. So that's the plan, ladies and gentlemen, for now. And I'm just simply waiting for my Bitcoin to just fill me before it just keeps on pumping up. Because, I think Bitcoin should be giving us the opportunity to get in. Maybe it can do something like this, weekly opens, and maybe one more down like this, hopefully, and then should run up, I hope. INJ $300, BTC on the lower time frame, on the 15 minutes chart. I think we are likely going to see, one more downside, because on the lower time frame, I'm having this harmonic. Where is the harmonic? Here. So the harmonic is this. 1, 2, 3, A1. This is A. This is B. C. Irregular flat. We go for 786 Fibonacci levels. Slightly impressive move. Can go for shark as well. And from there, August opens, we reject, and we dump one more time like this. And after that, I would like to see a push up towards the previous month value area high, which is around 65.6, So if you really ask me on LTF for some scalps on Bitcoin, you know, what I would do and how I would play. Let me just go on the different chart, as we have a lot of noise with the levels. Let me just delete it for now. Perfect. So let's go to the Coinbase chart on 15 minutes time frame. I hope this is not logarithmic chart. Perfect. So if we want to look at the lower term time frame, a very good thing is that the top is not in. Why? Because this is A, this is B, this is C. We swept the lows if you saw it. Again, this was A, this was B, and this was C, which means that we did not end the Bitcoin with 5 waves. We ended with 3 waves. So hence, we want to see the 5 waves on the downside, which means that I'm saying wave 1, I'm saying wave 2 will be like this, wave 3, 4, and 5, or maybe wave 5 might be in actually. At this point, the bottom might be in as well. So if you really want to play some scalps, which I'm very much interested in, I think we should long Bitcoin. Even if it's for a risky scalp, it will be very risky actually, but this can be a long, and your stop loss would be just like 63 point, maybe I like this, yeah, 63.8 or 791, and your take profit targets would be definitely the equilibrium, which is around 1.7 hour, and you can have it around 64,530. So that's how you can play. I just market long for scalp. I'm just taking very low risk, guys. Very low risk on Bitcoin. I'm just risking $500 for me. Normally, I normally play scalps with $10,000 risk on each scalp. 10,000, maybe $25,000, depends. But I'm just trying to make some peanuts today. So let's see. You know how this can be the bottom actually. The bottom might be in. I mean, if not, this can be 5 waves. I mean, it can be, if not 5 waves, this can be another ABC. I mean, this can be WXY, you know. So normally I've never seen X going that high. Normally ABC does. So this is like wave A, wave B, and we are talking about wave C. So I just need to draw some fibs so that we can, guys, learn everything. Okay, whatever I'm doing right now, learn what I do and how we draw fibs. So we'll start from here. That was your wave A over here. That was your wave B at the top over the weekend. So practically speaking, if it is WXY, just in case, then your 1:1 extension to 1:72 where the bottom would be. But if it is 5 waves, then it should not go under, 1618. But it bounced perfectly from the 1414. You see 63,060.92. What should we make out of this thing? What if it just simply pops up and goes towards 65,500? It can give us 5 hour actually. You guys long with me? I'm just marking. My entry is 63,791. So let's see. I mean, I would like just watch the, once it goes above 64,337, I would just simply ride with stops at break even, or maybe towards the stops at 63,995 for a very small bucks profits for like $100, $150, and simply gonna let it ride basically, because in case if we pump up towards 65.5, then it would be amazing. But if not, then it's okay, because the 5k can give me $2,500 profit, just in case if we you know, if it gives me 5-hour setup. But if not, then at least I would be happy with $750 to $800 profit. I think something happened. 1 second. There is no logarithmic chart. 63,791. Perfect. And your stop loss would be around 63,391. In case if we lose 63,639, basically these levels, you can close it manually. Don't wait for it to hit your stop loss. So basically you will save that much risk. Basically you're just gonna end up with like 0.5 hour loss, and you won't end up with what's happening if I press Control Z. I mean, yeah, something is happening. I don't know. Something like that. I mean, if you just lose it 63,639, then you should simply close it. But that's the plan for Bitcoin. This is a very clean ABC. Very, very clean ABC. Very clean. It's just that question is whether the C is in, or C can go till 62,800 to fill our entry, and then we can run up. So we'll see how C wants to end up. I think C might be in actually. Slightly tricky over here, but I do think let's just draw the fibs from this to the highs, and let's see. Yeah, I'm still on the Bitcoin trade. I'm waiting for my limits to fill for the spot bags. So once it fills for my spot bags, my spot limits, and then I'm gonna transfer my spots to coin margins, and then I'll open a coin margin long. 2x, not more than that. 1 second. Which fibs are we looking for? 0.5 and the golden pocket zone. Oh shit. Wave 4 can go to 62.4. Yeah, it is a very likelihood it can go. So the minimum target is 63,013, which we already hit very close to those levels. And the worst case, we go to $62,400. That's your wave 4 target. Maybe as I mentioned, we go for one more push up like this. We form for the harmonic. We dump one more time like this, and then we pump it up to $66,000. So if it fills us, fine. I mean, I think it should fill us, but let's see. I mean, for now I'm playing. Oh shit! Again, Control Y. So let's see. I mean, let's see. I just need a 1 to 2 hour setup. No, for now nothing has changed. We are playing the 62.8k trade. For now, nothing has changed. So we're just gonna stick with our plan. It's just that in case if you see a bigger rejection from $66,000, or maybe somewhere around 67,000, then we'll have to reevaluate our plans. Then we'll just have to maybe book the gains, profits, and wait for it to flip 67k at that point of time. In case of an ultra bull case scenario plays out. In case ultra bull case scenario don't play out, then definitely we'll just have to reevaluate. We just have to ride with the stops at break even then. Okay, lower on time frame. Okay, so right now 63,640 is your levels, guys. In case if you go on a 63,640, you simply close the scalp. You will most likely end up with 0.4 to 0.3 hour loss, not more. So if you have risk $100, you might risk maximum $40 in this if you close under 63,640. So if not, then you end up with $170 to $180 gains. Maximum you can gain around $500 with this. Okay, with this gameplay. So let's see. I want you to take some high risk scalp. This is the high risk scalp. Let's play this. Oh, this is ABC actually. So practically speaking, if this is some sort of a wave 1, this can be wave 2 actually, and maybe we chop wave 3, 4 and 5. We can do something like this actually. Very likelihood. So just if this is the top, then your wave 2 will go around 63.391, which is our stop loss. Shit. Normally you should have stop loss under 702 Fibonacci levels, because 702 is the liquidity pool. So wave 2 can hit 702, and you don't want to be a liquidity for someone. Just a single 15 minutes closure and we just gonna exit. Ideally your stop loss should be under 702, which is around here, but that's not gonna give us that good risk reward actually, because that's will be just 1.5, or then the setup would not be good. Okay, now we are just give me 5 minutes more. A single 15 minutes closure and I'm just gonna close it. Okay, the RSI is having a support. The support is at 45, which is not good. Okay guys, closing it here. Actually not gonna wait for it because the momentum is losing for now. So you can close it here for like 0.5 hour loss, or 0.45 or 4 loss. You can close it here at 63,540. Done. I lost around 242 point something dollar, which is almost close to 0.5 hour for this scalp, which means that you just have to wait for the new LTF plan. But overall I still feel that 62.8 is going to be tested and should give us a good bounce actually. So this plan did not work out on the very lower time frame for 15 minutes. Have to wait a little bit more, because it might do something like this. We can go towards 63,250 and have one more push up, or it simply just go for the lows target and forms a very interesting bullish wolf wave towards 62,800 and give us a bounce. So yeah, but for sure it's not topped out. Why? Because we have a highs with ABC, so it's not topped out. It's gonna go above 65,000 for sure, in my view. The question is from where actually, and in my view I think this is the perfect levels for it to go. We're gonna play the trade accordingly actually. Okay guys, for today's stream, and let's see what Bitcoin gives us for the month end, and what Ethereum is not looking great actually. You look at the Ethereum. I don't know. Do you guys have any bull case? This is the only bull case I have, and still I'm not sure whether it's gonna play out actually. So I'm not gonna play Ethereum till I'm very very confident about it. I'm just simply gonna play Bitcoin, and maybe few alts like Solana. Okay, let someone ask me INJ. So let me just check INJ because I forgot to check INJ. INJ on the weekly time frame, ladies and gentlemen. Where is the INJ chart? INJ on the weekly time frame, the plan is still same actually. I really want the bullish wolf waves to play out, and so far thus it has played perfectly. The bounce it has given on the daily resistance of 22, perfect. What I want from here is I want dump on INJ towards $14, maybe even $9. That the support is. And you see from the structure point of view, that can be like a double top, but I think that's a very good diagonal formation happening on INJ. It's a two, if it would have been just a double top, it should have not gone It would just have been like a swing failure pattern, which we did not give. So what I think INJ would do, honestly speaking, I'm not sure whether it's going to go to $300 right now in this bull run, but what I know is it's likely to do something like this. It's likely to test $7, 7.7, and then it should pump up one more time towards 82, maybe 103, and go for dump like this. I think we have seen a very similar pattern on RNDR. Right, what time frame I'm not sure, but we had this pattern on RNDR actually. I just don't remember the time, the time frame, at what time frame this pattern was. Whether what was that was on daily or something, but yeah, this was the pattern I have seen on RNDR some here. So this is like a very interesting three drive, you can say, and after that we don't, not necessarily we should sweep it, hold it, and we go for a further continuation on upside. A similar sort of a thing is also, just imagine, I mean, this is the lower term time frame. Look at from the bigger perspective on INJ on the weekly time frame. Might even go to $500, guys. Not necessary that we should just end up with some sort of a, I would say $95, but yeah, just imagine. But something like this is very, very possibility. Go for a bear market, we accumulate here, double bottom, we run up, we flip up, and then we go up like this. Forget about the numbers over here, but something like this. Not necessarily it should go to $11,000 or something, but yeah, I mean something like $400 to 500 easily it can go. So this is the plan that I have for INJ, my friend, on the Harton time frame. It's going to take a little bit more time for it to play out. So that's all for today's stream, ladies and gentlemen, and let's connect tomorrow. Whatever the scalps I see, I'm gonna give it. For now I gave one scalp and I just end up with a 0.5 loss. So overall we are still in profits with whatever we have made with the previous scalps and everything. I do think that the 62.8 is a good levels for whatever we are bidding. So just manage the risk, guys. Okay. So that's all. And what is gold doing? Yeah, gold is still is looking good. I think we should play some scalp with the gold. I think. I think Monday mid looks great to me on gold. One more push up for the Monday highs, forming a something like this would make sense. It's a very good diagonal. Why? Because diagonal, because the volume is drying. See, there is a divergence, bear divergence forming with the volume. So if it gives one more push up, can be a very good short in my view. Very good short. Gold can be a good short actually. Let's see. I mean, I expect one more push on an upside for gold. Let's see. So that's all, guys. Have a nice day. Take care. Bye bye.